Hey, 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 my sugar woogers. What's happening? I couldn't wait to come out here and talk to y'all. I ain't seen y'all since this morning. What y'all been doing today? Linda in the chat already. She said, good evening, Miss V. Hey, Linda. Now, who was that said I blocked them? Was that you, Linda? Huh? Because it couldn't be you because you commenting on the live stream. But somebody said I blocked them. Let me see if I wrote it down. Y'all know I don't be remembering stuff. But they commented to me that I had blocked them, but how could they be blocked if they was commenting unless they was on another page? I don't know. Y'all be doing too much. Let me ask you something. Hey, who is all these people in the house already? Y'all couldn't wait. Me either. No, it was done. No, it wasn't done yet. It was on my community post, Linda, this evening. Somebody said that I had block them. I went into my YouTube and I looked and ain't nobody in there blocked. Plus, I thought about it. I said, well, how could you be blocked if you telling me this on my community wall? We ain't gonna worry about it. They'll come in here. They'll tell me, hey, Miss D, how in the world you doing? Miss D, they got me out here on this live stream again. And I don't know. We gonna make it. Hey, Amy, I didn't mean to overlook you. Did I overlook anybody else? Hey, Marissa. Hope all is well with you. Good evening, Ms.V, mods, and entire chat. Carolyn, I don't know if I've seen you over here before, but welcome, welcome. Welcome to Live with Ms.V tonight. Oh, okay. They'll come back. Yeah, whoever it will. Because she posted it on my community wall, whoever it was. Okay. But she'll come in here and tell me, y'all talk to me. Y'all don't hold back. Let's see. Let's go. Hey, Sting. Sting, I looked up something today. I was talking about taking y'all to West Texas and East Texas, but whoever asked me to take them on a Texas tour and everything. Well, I looked it up, Sting. Hold up. It is 282.4 miles to Kingsville. And that's going to be about a 4 hour and 31-minute drive. Okay, so you got to be up for the challenge now. You talking about you want to roll with me. I'm just telling you what the deal is. And then from Kingsville, I routed it where we went to McAllen. At McAllen, we can cross over into a border town. And then we can walk across. They got a bridge where you can walk across into Mexico. And then from there, we can go to Padre Island. And that's like a little tourist trap down there on the little island. Okay. I don't know if you ever been down there, but that's what it's all about. But it's fun. It's fun. And then instead of coming back the same way, I thought, well, from Padre Island, let's go through San Antonio. And then I got family there, okay? So we can stop and see the family. And they're greedy. They want me to cook all the time so I can get on the grill. I got a pool in the backyard so we can hang out there for a day. And then the next day we can start coming back this way. Now that's a trip now. Don't be asking for nothing and then tell me I got to go home. Come on, put you on the bus. Let me see what y'all saying. Oh. Hey, I made it a car from Texas to California. Oh, you made it in a car from Texas to California. Well, you good for the trip then. I have driven from Baltimore to Houston, and I've driven from Houston to Vegas and back. That's the longest trips I've taken lately. Now, when I was young, I've driven from Louisiana to Detroit. I was 18 years old when I made that trip. And my parents let me get on the highway at 18 years old and drive from Monroe, Louisiana to Detroit, Michigan to a wedding, a cousin of mine. And I had my little nephew at the time, was probably about 5 or 6 years old, and his mother, who couldn't drive on the highway, in the car. My parents really trusted me, girl. I'm glad I ain't let them down. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What else we got going on in this chat tonight? Somebody, Wait a minute. I got the bag all the way up because it's y'all been talking. Okay, Amy saying hey to everyone. Miss D came in and she spoke. And then Marissa, and then Carolyn, and I welcome her to the chat. And then Linda said it wasn't her. Okay. Then Amy came in. Carolyn, speaking to y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Sting, Ms.V in chat. Ms.V, if they get blocked, it's a reason. Believe that. But we have not blocked nobody. I know, Miss D. I went over there and checked it for myself on YouTube, and it's nobody has been blocked over there. All those people that was blocked was spam that came in the other folks' chat before I ever got a page. I was blocking them before the content creators even saw them. So that's all you're going to see on my page over there. It's nobody blocked. You are correct. I have visited before. Okay, Carolyn, well, subscribe to the page and just stay in here with us, baby. We nice folks over here. They just come on. Uh-huh. Hey Tammy. Hi, beautiful Miss V and beautiful chat. Hope everyone had a good day. I did. I didn't do a whole lot today, but it was a good day. Uh-huh. Linda. Hey, beautiful Tammy. She's speaking to you, D Brown. Hey, Tammy Boo. I was looking for you in Miss Carver's chat today. Okay, Miss D was looking for Tammy. Okay, I went over there for a minute, but I couldn't stay long. I had to run out and get my lottery ticket. Y'all ain't got your lottery ticket for the night, huh? You better go get it. Y'all better go get that ticket. Let me see. They say you're gonna get $900,000 if you win. Okay, don't be talking about, oh, I was on Miss V Live and I didn't have time. I ain't stopping nobody from winning no money. Don't put that on me. I told y'all, go get it. And then Justice Reacts got some kind of pool on her channel where if you put Justice Reacts pool ticket on the lottery ticket, it's free. You can go over there and you can email her at justicereact44@gmail.com and take a picture of the front and the back of the ticket, and she'll put you in the pool. And if I don't know, it's something about however much money is in there, they gonna split it up between everybody. That's all I know. Okay. So I done told y'all everything I can tell y'all for y'all to get you some money tonight. Okay. Now, Myra is in the chat. Okay, thank the Lord, because I didn't know if she was going to make it or not, because she had emailed me, text me or something and told me he might be a little bit late. So, Myra, put in the chat if y'all are, when y'all are ready, okay? And then I got to figure out, again, how to bring y'all on and set this thing up and all that like I did last night. Let me finish talking to everybody here. Sting, my son lives in San Antonio. Oh, so you'll have somebody to go and visit too. We're gonna make a road trip out of this thing here. Okay. So Miss D and Myra and who is this? Miss K. Okay, Sting is laughing. Okay. Hi, D, Boo, and my love, Miss Linda. You ladies feel like family to me. We all family over here, Tammy. Don't be leaving me out. What is you talking about? Huh? They ain't just your family. I'm your family too. Mm-hmm. Okay, Linda, Miss V, I like San Antonio. I do too because it's so different. It's unique to the rest of Texas. It's like New Orleans is to Louisiana. It's unique. It's no other city like it. And San Antonio is unique to Texas because you won't find another city in Texas like San Antonio. I like around that Riverwalk. That's where I like to go. Mm-hmm. Sure do. Uh-huh. D, I'm just getting off work. I miss Miss Carver's live. You can catch the replay. She was off the hinges as usual. I was over there for a minute. Tammy, I said you was at work. Okay. D, I'm keeping your info in my phone. Okay, y'all got a conversation going. Okay, let me see. D, I work at night at a middle school cleaning. Okay, y'all got your conversation going. Mm-hmm. Oh, you got your tickets thing? Good. I hope you win. Okay, yeah. I'm praying that anybody on here I know win, because I don't want nobody to have to work all their life. Somebody, what I say, I I don't have hatred and malice. If any of y'all win on here, I'd be happy for you. That's just who I am. And too bad I didn't win. It is no big deal. Somebody I know won. Just don't mess off the money when you get it. Okay, that's all I can say. Good evening, Natalie. How you doing, Miss Texas? Welcome, welcome. Ms.V, I love your channel. God is going to bless you. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Thank you. I need a blessing. I take all the blessings I can get, baby. Woo, yes, thank you, Lord. Okay, keep praying. Keep praying. I keep praying too. I'm subscribed and I hit the like button. Well, thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate you. Welcome to the family over here. We just got a little community we're growing over here of people that are just, we got some sharp people over here. We got some friendly people over here. Very respectful. My chat is very, very respectful. I ain't had to tell nobody but one or two strays that came in the beginning that this probably wasn't a challenge for you. But since then, everything been good. Prince is in the house. Okay. She's speaking to everybody. I am at the grocery store. I am watching the chat. Okay, girl, go take care of it. We good over here, Prince. Just listen. Miss D in here. We good. Go take care of your business. Okay, and she's speaking to you, Miss D. Praying, hi, Miss Thing, praying all is well. Okay. Y'all still speaking. Y'all some speaking people. Jasmine Rain, you made it over. I saw you on my community post. And hey, Miss Shirley Brown, how you doing? Okay. Tammy's still trying to raise money for the service. What? Oh, Sting, you're trying to raise money for the service? Is that what you're saying? Because if so, you can put your Cash App up on in the comment, and anybody who wants to contribute to the money for Sting's husband for his service can do that, if that's what you're talking about. Okay? Ms.V still got to get out and get her Cash App and get it all together. You know she ain't computer savvy. I got to go over there with the people. I still owe Miss D money for her birthday that I got to get. Okay? Because what happened, I had a Cash App and then the Cash App got compromised because I left it hooked to my personal account. Baby, they got me. That's when I was living in Baltimore, and I ain't like that stuff since then. They hit me up bad, like $1,500. And then it took a while for the bank to give me all my money back. They eventually gave it all back, but they didn't give it back overnight. So I've been leering them Cash Apps, some Zales, and all that stuff. And I'm leering my own debit card if I don't go and use it at a bank. Because anywhere else, they were explaining to me that they got them slots that's on a slant, and they can get a reading off them slanted slots, but the ones at the bank are flat, so they can't read what's on your card. All they need is a picture of it, back and front. They got you. Okay. Everybody's still speaking. Everybody's still speaking. Everybody's still. You look nice, Miss V. You must be going on one of them dates. No, just me, Rain. I ain't going on. That when I got on Facebook, I didn't put my personal page. I had it on friends only. And somehow you have to create your business channel off your personal page on Facebook. It's not like that on YouTube. And I didn't realize that until today. So what happened was my personal page went public. So all these men that's jumping on there now is because my page is public. So I have to go in there and make my personal page back private, but I can't get rid of the personal page because it'll get rid of my business page. That's how Facebook got it set up. So that's where all them strays, I got 430 of them. If I am not lying to you, men over there wanting to be my friend to jump on my personal page, which I don't even go on myself. Why I need to go on my personal page when I'm out here on a business page every day? Make it make sense. Nope. No, just me, Rain. I ain't going nowhere. I just put this on so I could look decent coming out here talking to my sugar woogers and my beautiful butterflies. That's all. I'm not going nowhere. No date, none of that. I'm not interested. I got my wine. Y'all got y'all's beverage of choice tonight, and I got my snack. And I'm good. How about that? And I'm talking to my sugar wooger. And there's RX Nail. RX, baby, I have to write everything down. Do you know I thought I was supposed to go get my nails fixed this Thursday? It ain't until the next Thursday. That's all I'm gonna say, RX. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh. It's just old and can't remember nothing. But they say that Prevagen work. So I'm gonna go down to Walgreens and give me some of that Prevagen so I can try to remember stuff instead of writing it down. Because now, y'all, like I ain't lying. I got a strap around my neck with my keys on my neck because I don't have to use the keys to turn it on. I just need the keys to push the button. So if I don't have the keys, I can't push the button. So I just keep them around my neck every day now, like a little child. I don't care. Better to know where they are than to be looking for them. Okay, what Myra's saying. Give us a minute. He's eating dinner. Y'all be doing too much, Myra. But I can entertain my audience. Y'all just let me know. Because, see, where I got to be is when y'all are ready to come on, then I got to do what I did last night and try to bring y'all up. But I think y'all can help me go through this after last night. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Okay. So everybody's still speaking. Oops. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Everybody speaking. Everybody. Prince say, Tammy, I am you. You are me. With some hearts and some laughter there. Okay, y'all still got your private conversation. Doing good. Thank you. Okay, Natalie, I'm glad you're doing good. No, Miss V. One of us win. We all win. Okay, then, Sting. Sting say, because that is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. For real, it is. If you already got a home and you already got decent transportation and stuff, we're not at a point where we're gonna go out there and try to take all our money and buy a brand new home and all that. First of all, we ain't finna tell nobody about it. We're gonna keep it to ourselves because we don't want them beggars and all them long lost cousins that didn't like you before you got the money trying to be friendly. Now we ain't gonna tell them. Nope. Mm-mm. Gone on. Wherever y'all were before I got the money, stay over there. We can be distant cousins, but we can't be friendly cousins, and you ain't getting no money. Nope. Good evening, Ms. V. Hey, Evelyn. Who is this? Okay, I got everybody. Miss Jackie Johnson. Was that you that said you was, it was a Johnson, that said you was blocked over on my community wall? Talk to me. It was a Johnson. Because you can't be blocked because you commenting, baby. And I went in there and I looked, whoever the lady was, and we don't have nobody blocked on my channel. It's nobody from my channel that has been blocked. We're going to try to keep it that way. Okay, Myra, you saying you back, but what does that mean? Okay, let me know when he get through eating. We're going to keep on rolling here. D Brown is my girl. I love her realness. Okay, Tammy. All righty. You hear that, Miss Brown? And Tammy, Miss Brown is saying thank you. Okay, y'all still speaking. Hey, this, that, and the third. Who is this? Amy Sting of the Black. Okay, it's a new comment down here. I'm about to the end. They steady sending stuff. Carlos, whoever he is. But y'all leave me alone. I got to get that page back on private. And then what they do, as soon as you go, it's a job because I'm not just accepting them people on my page. That's my personal page. That's for my friends and my family. So what they'll do is they'll have maybe one mutual friend that's a friend of mine. Then I got to go on their page, see what they write and what kind of content they got on their page. Because there's some weirdos out there. I don't know these folks. And then I decided today, I don't want them on my page. What they need to do is they need to come on chatting with Miss V. They're not doing me no good on my personal page. Because the first thing they do when you accept them is go in your inbox. Hi, beautiful. How you doing today? Where you live? Where you from? Do you think I got time to sit up and answer y'all's questions all day long? Which what you asking really ain't none of your business. I ain't asked you where you was from. I ain't asked to even be on your page. I don't know you. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is just go and hit that delete all and just delete them all and then put it on friends and friends only like it was. Because they're not coming into they're not helping me at all with my channel. They're not subscribing. You know, they trying to date. Don't nobody want you. I don't know you and I ain't trying to get to know you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go down here. We're gonna keep on talking. And I'm gonna try to get this where I can bring Myra and her husband up when they're ready. Oh, there my child there. My 2 cents with Dunya. Can you drop the link for your Facebook? I ain't on Facebook, am I? I'm on YouTube, ain't I ain't on Facebook tonight, Dunya. I'm just on YouTube tonight, baby. But I'm trying to drop the link for my YouTube. Hold on. Okay, so yes, I'm trying to drop this one now, Dunya. Don't get me all confused now. Shoot. You're asking too much. Okay. And then invite get okay. Then I hit that and then I hit that and then I gotta go back out. Oh, this is where I get tripped up. When I invite the guests and I hit the stream yard and I go and I copy and then I got to go back in here again. I know y'all talking, but I got to try to deal with what I got going on here. Then I paste it, and then I hit chat. Look at me. Okay, I got that done. So now I gotta go back. So the link is there, Myra, when y'all are ready. Okay. Now I gotta go back in. And then somewhere it's gonna say invite guests. Somewhere. I don't out. Okay. I knocked myself out, y'all. So now what I'm trying to do is find the button. Who Jesus. Where I do the invite and I don't see it. Oh, Myra. Last night. Oh, Lord, I'm done. Myra, when y'all get ready, so y'all throwing me off because y'all say it's 7:30 and it's 7:53. Now I got the link there. So I think all you have to do when y'all are ready is just do what you did last night. Okay? Let me see. What this say? Guess. Okay, invite guests. There we go. And then y'all should be there. Why you not up there, Myra? Guests. Invite guests. Myra, y'all are not in there. I hit the invite guests. I got you.
No, that's me, Ms.V. I was just telling you that it worked. You don't have to do anything after you post a link. This is Sting.
Okay, Sting, I got Myra on here too.
Yeah, but see, once you post a link and we can see it in the chat, all she have to do is just hit the link and then you look backstage and bring her up. You don't have to do anything else.
Okay, but I never seen her backstage. Now, can you see yourself and Myra?
Ma'am?
Can you see yourself and Myra?
Yes, ma'am. I see you, Myra, and myself.
Okay, so it still has invite guests down there, so I have to hit that too.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm just gonna
You
get
just
out.
have to see them in your backstage and
Yeah.
let them up. That's all.
Okay,
But you don't have to do nothing now because we already in.
Yeah, you don't have to do nothing else, Miss B.
okay, y'all are in. Okay,
Okay, I'm dropping down.
okay, thank you, Steve.
You welcome. Bye, Myra.
Bye. Hey, you ain't got to drop down.
Yes, I do.
Wanna come up? I just got to figure out how to put you up there. Okay, so Myra, are you there with your husband also?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Trying to pull up.
Elvis,
Yeah.
beautiful
Yes.
daughter passed away. She's been through so much in her life. Yes, I saw that, Tammy. She was 54 years old, cardiac arrest, and passed away in the hospital. That was kind of shocking to me. Her
Oh,
kids should be kind of big now, though, huh?
I think
Yeah.
that's my elbow.
Okay.
You talking about his daughter?
Yes, Elvis's daughter, his only daughter, Lisa Marie. Is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
That was married to Michael Jackson. Uh-huh. Yeah, she passed away today. Yep. And I think her mother's still alive, isn't she? Priscilla Presley.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What's that
Myra,
name?
y'all are ready. Because I was just talking, waiting on y'all.
You laughing, child. It's been a long day for us, honey. Long day.
Saying, isn't she his only daughter? Yes. I went to Graceland in I guess it's been almost maybe close to 20 years ago. I took my daughter, my nephew, my sister, um, to Graceland, and we actually visited the house. And at the time we went, he had an aunt that was living upstairs in the house that people were upstairs taking care of. And went to North Stables. He had a little brother who passed away that's buried on the gravesite. We saw the pink Cadillac out front, and went to the souvenir shop and bought souvenirs. And we went into his office, which had like a kind of musty smell to it because they left the office just like it was when he was alive, with all the books and stuff in there. You know, paper smells. It smelled stuffy up in there. But it was a nice little tour. They still had all the original furniture in there, the yellow sofa, the cameras that he had in the rooms. And I guess Myra dropped off. I don't have a clue what they're doing, y'all. Um, um, the yellow sofa in the room, and then we could only go in the living room because they had ropes around it. We saw into the kitchen, and it was like a straight through that we could see. I can't remember all the rooms. I just remember that loud yellow, canary yellow sofa he had in there, and we couldn't go upstairs at all. But it was kind of expensive back then because I think we're talking the 90s, and it was like $25 a head to go into the house back in the early 90s. So I paid two children, which was 25, same price, and ours. So there's 25, 50, 75. That was $100 just to go in there. And then we ended up, them kids was gonna want something out the souvenir shop. So that was kind of an expensive little visit through the house, not to be able to see it. Okay, let me go back because I don't have a clue what Myra is doing or where they are. Okay, which is gonna make me have to bring her up again. Uh and I'm assuming she's there. Can't worry with it. Okay, so I'm trying to catch up with my comments. Okay. Miss Jennifer and Miss DeBetta, hello, beautiful. Okay, I can't see you, Miss V. Hello, am I too dark? You want some more light in the room? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your horse. Now, is that better or worse? Oh, that look like that's worse. Hold on. Ah, let me turn this ring light off. Now I'm red. Oh, Jesus. Y'all want too much. Hello. I don't know if that look like my hair is red in this thing. Hello? Hello? Y'all doing too much. Okay, can you see me now? Is that better or worse? Because I don't know. Speak to me. Okay. Jasmine Rain, there she go with that pen. But at least I can't block nobody because I'm on my cell phone. It only does it when I'm on the tablet. But tomorrow I'm going to T-Mobile, Danya, and I'm going to see if I can get all of the kinks worked out. So when I come on, I'll be a little bit more professional because it's plucking my nerves. Okay, it sure is. Oh, there you go. Y'all talking about me, but at least y'all talk about me to my face. Hey, Ms.V, you driving me to eat something. Go and get you something, Linda. I just got me some little chips and some little wine because I was thinking Myra would be ready to come on because she said could they come on early at 7:30. But see, Ms.V smart. She be knowing folks. And so what she did is went on, got her snacks, got her little commentary, working with the people that she got on here talking to y'all and not worrying about none of that. Okay, Ms.V, you okay. Jennifer and Amy talking, my 2 cents. Y'all still talking. Let's see what else y'all talk about. Everybody hollering at everybody. Y'all likes to come over to the house just to chat with each other. I like that. Good evening to everyone in the chat. That's Danya. Where you come from? Okay. Elvis, okay, I saw all of that. We talked about Priscilla. Y'all didn't tell me if her children grown. I think they ought to be grown now because they was little when she was with Michael. Okay. Oh man, yeah, she passed away. Ms.V, I'm a not making comments, but I'm a here watching. Okay, D, that's fine. Ain't nobody being bad up in here. Everybody good. We nice folks over here. So many are dying. Yes, they are. Do y'all know I have gone to a funeral every Saturday for the last 4 weeks? And I just had a first cousin to pass, but she's so old until they are not going to have a funeral because everybody that knew her is already dead. Now that's sad. I never stopped to think about it. If you live that long, and she came from a family of 12 or 13 siblings, and it's only one left. That one thing that I'm talking about stopping at his house in San Antonio. And when I moved here in 79, they were all young, like in their 40s and 50s, and now they gone. It's something to think about. So they just gonna they cremating her and they're gonna do a graveside ceremony with just the family that's gonna come. And that's why I'm going to Kingsville, because they done asked me to speak at the funeral because we were so close. And I was like, what? Me? What I'm gonna say? Y'all better write something down for me to say, because y'all know I get up there and be to say the wrong thing. I tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. She used to like Wild Turkey 101. I don't think they're gonna let me say that at the funeral. But I will. Jasmine Rain, yes, she was only 54. My middle name is Marie. Yeah. She was young. But her daddy died young. Didn't he die somewhere around that same age in his 50s? Elvis? Yeah, I think he was right somewhere around early, right her age is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, she had been through a lot. Uh, Miss B, we can see you. Okay, D. All right. It was fine the first way, Miss B. Oh Lord. So turn the light back off. Okay. Sooner or later, we're going to get it right. We're going to get it right. Okay. Now, all I know is I ain't getting up again. Okay. The next time I get up, I'm going to bed. Now, okay. Because I had that lamp over in the corner, but it looked like it was putting a glare on there, so I left that lamp alone. Okay. Lighting is okay, so is your hair. Well, it looked red to me with that big light on. Thank you, Danya. Ms.V, I think she passed with a broken heart. It's possible. That could have caused the cardiac arrest, Tammy. You know, it's on. That's what I tell people all the time. A lot of stress brings about strokes and heart attacks and stuff. It tears your organs down, you know, and it's only so much your heart can take, and your heart got to beat at a certain rate, certain amount of beats per minute. And when you know when you get upset and excited, your heart be pouncing. That's not good for your heart. You overworking it, or either you get too relaxed, taking something sedative or something to calm you down, and it's beating too slow. So you just got to be careful with that. That's why I am where I am. I don't care about a whole lot of this stuff. You ain't gonna make me. I gotta leave out of here with something, but I don't intend to leave out of here broken down from a heart attack or a stroke and all that stuff because I allowed people to get to me. Now I'm gonna tell them. Okay, I done made up my mind. You bother me, I'm just gonna tell you, get it off my chest, and then I'm gonna be done with it. I'm not going back and forth with you. I said what I said, I'm done. Okay, then I can just keep on moving with my life. That's the best way I know how to do it. Cause all this holding it in, and they gone on about their business, and they done snapped and told you off, and you didn't have the opportunity. That ain't right. Ms.V, I was backstage. You gotta accept me. You was also on the panel too. Uh-huh. All right. Okay, no problem. You can be up there now, Myra. Okay, stay up there now. Stay up there, because I did that perfect. Now say something so I know you're there.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right.
Okay, y'all can take it at okay. Hold on, hold on. Let me introduce y'all again for those who may have not been on here last night. So this is Myra, my subscriber here on YouTube, and her husband, Dr. Hunter. They were on here last night talking about love, dating, marriage from a biblical standpoint, as well as their perspective, self-love. Okay, so Myra, whenever y'all are ready.
Good evening to everybody.
Good evening. Good evening.
I think we had some really good conversation last night, and
They
I
did it.
thought about it. I thought about a lot of the questions, a lot of the responses. I thought about it. Um, I wanted to first start by saying, um, a lot of people come into all of this with a lot of baggage from the way that they were taught, whether they were directly taught to be like they are, or whether they seen those examples that were set before them. And I think that one of the things that we've done is attempted to accept a lot of things that we didn't label as baggage. I think last night someone asked a question about coming, how do you come into the relationship, or should you date? Um, the concept is not a dating concept. The concept is waiting on the Lord to send you who He promised that you should have. And we call it soulmate. We call it, the Bible say, bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh. A
Mm-hmm.
helpmate that is compatible, suitable, customized just for you. We did speak a little bit about, excuse me, we spoke a little bit about the role of the woman, the female, because I'm not going to deal with the other type relationships. I'm coming from the standpoint of a man with a woman. I want to say it like that. No offenses. I know that the society and the law has made all of that legal, but God never made it legal.
You
So
speak from a biblical standpoint, so that is biblical.
yes, so what I want us to get an understanding about is too many people got the hunting vest on. Too many people are hunting. They got their binoculars on. Everybody looking for somebody, and nobody is waiting on what God promised. That breeds fusion in the nation, the neighborhood, the church, and the world. There is a soulmate that God sends to the woman, but God doesn't release the soulmate until it's the right time for that man and that woman to be together. And a lot of times we prematurely do stuff to get that person in our life. We use trickery, we use sex, we use all of these type of things to force that person prematurely. Now, there was a lot of questions that came in last night, and I want to go back, Ms. V, to what I was saying last night about kids. And I know that a lot of times we have children before our soulmate comes. Just because you have children before your soulmate comes, because just because you got a baby daddy or a baby mama, that don't mean that that person that you had children by is who God sent for you to be married to.
I agree.
And a lot of times what we do is, well, I'm talking about at the barbershop, we say we want our kids to have two parents. I want them to be in the home, and that's cohabitation. Because if we are forcing people to cohabitate because we keep on saying we want to give our kids what we didn't have. Now, let me be clear. Just because you've had a baby by somebody that might have been outside of Christ, that's still your blessing. Because if God didn't want you to have that blessing, He wouldn't allow you to have that blessing. So let me be clear. That child's father or that child's mother may not be your soulmate, but you still are going to have a connection with them. But when God sends your soulmate, you have to prepare the child and the baby daddy or the baby mama not to be disrespectful to the union that God set you in. Are we clear on that?
I think so. Um, they're agreeing with what you're saying in the chat. I don't know if you
And
can see comments, but they're saying it's true what you're saying. It's right. Amen. That's exactly right. Yeah.
the soulmate part of, I think, let me go back to last night. The soulmate part is not the soul tie. The soul tie is where you've had a lot of relationships and those people are still inside of you because you shared yourself with them. So a soul tie are soul connections, but that is not the soul mate. The soul mate and the helpmate makes a godly union. And if
Hmm.
you are not soul mated to somebody and you are soul tied to somebody, you got a lot of frustration going on because you comparing one person to another person. And that's why I say marriage is for grown folks. And marriage is for matured individuals who have cleared themselves of a lot of energy from other people. You finish with that stuff and you ready for heaven's best, because all of them other people is not inside of you anymore. They're not in your head, they're not in your heart. You're not trying to run behind anybody. You have solely developed your relationship with God and you ready for Him to send to you the person He promised to you. Are we
Wow.
clear on that?
Yeah. I don't see where anybody has said anything. No, we good.
Now, I want to go back to this. A friend of mine, we were talking about it today. This as having assets with people before marriage that makes a whole lot of legal mess.
Say that
I think
again. Say that
when
again.
when you have assets with people, you have gotten houses and cars, and you banking with a person who's not your spouse, that's just your boo. Once you get the understanding that you sharing space and playing house with that person, and that person is not going to marry you, that can ruin your credit. And when you ruin your credit, you're making yourself look as if you don't have integrity. So what we have to do is realign our priorities, because we all have been in relationship with people that we've shared space and shared resources with. But at the end of the day, we have come to an understanding that it's not the one. So
Right.
if you find yourself in that situationship, I think young people say, I teach, I hear how they talk. These situationships, I think Jada Pinkett Smith got this cute jargon out. Entanglements and entrapments, whatever you want to call it. You sharing space, you sharing resources with somebody, and that person is not your soul mate. Not only are you wasting time, you can't get that time back. You are wasting your resources, and it makes it harder legally to clean your name up. Jesus can clean you up and can get you ready for love. You have a lot to contend with on the business side. Are we clear on that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, let's go back to this notion of dating, because I think a lot of questions came in last night. Dating is not biblical, but there is a time where when you have been um, exposed to this person that you believe or you know by faith that God has brought into your life. And once you have been exposed to that person, you want to get to know that person. You want to grow together and learn. I think last night we talked about taking fall in love out of our vocabulary. That's not a biblical concept. I fell in love. Well, I fell on the ground and I had to have help to help me up. So we're not going to say that we have fallen in love, because biblically, love is a choice. Love is a covering. Love is a protection. And love is a gift. And marriage is a ministry. So when we talk about this notion of falling in love, that don't have no place biblically. Love is a choice. And now that we know that love is a choice, that takes a lot of the misteaching and the ignorance away. Because if things go wrong, you chose to love that person. And if it goes wrong, it took two to back out of the choice. Am I clear this evening?
I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you said that dating is not biblical.
It's not.
But okay, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with that because I didn't know that. What I'm getting to is okay, so if it's not biblical and you have to be patient and wait on the man to be sent by God,
Yep.
then how you gonna get to know this man before you marry this man if you don't date this man?
Well, this is true. That's why I say it is when you've been exposed to that person, God gives you the opportunity to learn more about that person. But the knowledge that a lot of times people think that they need is not the knowledge that they're supposed to have. When it's a spiritual connection, you are learning that person by the spirit. But you do need to know. Now, this is what you do need to know. You do need to know if that person is gainfully employed, because y'all got to eat.
I know that's
You
right.
you got and if it's some sisters on it, you got to get your nails done and your hair weave. So let me tell you, you got to be able to eat. You got to be able to have toilet tissue, paper towels, soap, towels, all that stuff in the house. You want all your utilities to be paid in that house. Holla back. You got to know that he's gainfully employed. She's gainfully employed. You got to bring something to the table.
Right, right.
So the knowledge that you want to have is that somebody got a good credit score. Your name got to be more than good on the job. It's got to be good at the bank. Your name got to be more than good at the church for service. Your name got to be good when you signing checks to pay bills. It really do got to mean something. So the knowledge that you should have is that this person knows how to treat. Excuse me. We got to know that the person know how to treat you, how they treat based on how they treat their parents, based on how they treat the children. You got to know all of those things. And as you observe that person and grow to learn that person spiritually, you're going to get to know that person. How do they act when they get angry? How do they act when things don't go their way? How do they act when it's time to pay the bill? I mean, you got to know all of these things, and you're going to have opportunity to know these things. Do this person tip? If we go out to eat, do they tip? How this person act if the food cold when you was expecting it? I mean, you got to be looking at those little things because a lot of times we look for big things, but those little things are indicators. They call them red flags. Is that what y'all call them?
Mm,
The red flags. The Bible call them little foxes that spoil the vine.
mm-hmm.
You get too many little foxes, and all your vines are spoiled.
That
Holler
can be
back.
irritating too.
It can be how does a person act when you get them in the social group of all of your friends? Does that person seek to embarrass your character? See, you got to be looking for those things. That's why I say you got to be on your relationship with the Lord because as you're interacting with this person, the spirit in you should be revealing the spirit of that person. So it's not all about head knowledge. You got to have heart knowledge and spirit knowledge. I hope
But
I'm clear.
don't you think that a lot of this should have shown up in the dating game before you said I do?
Well, let me tell you here now. Let's. I'm gonna get really, really real.
Well, get real.
A lot of times when you first meet that person, they sent their representative.
Okay.
That is not who they are, and they a
Well,
person.
that wasn't me. I showed who I was up front.
Oh Lord,
That
That's-
wasn't me.
Don't get me to laughing like I'm black on this line. I'm just, I'm just saying. So when you get an understanding, a friend of mine called it the ambassador. They sent the ambassador to the table. Listen, did they really open the door for you? Did they really pull out the chair at the first date? Did they really, or was they just trying to get some draws? I mean, when we are real with each other, we've got to understand people's hidden agendas and their secret intentions of us. It
So
takes God being in our life for us to be on our guard against that type of stuff.
so the first date is the most important date because that's the time you ought to be trying to see everything.
And you got to be knowing yourself. I think you said it when you was introducing this. You got to know yourself well enough to know what you're going to accept and what you're not going to take so that you can have the appropriate boundaries for yourself.
Oh, okay.
And when you don't set up the appropriate boundaries, then stuff start happening. Then babies start coming and you know, all that other stuff. Y'all know we done
Mm,
live. I think we got what we got 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s on the line. We got 60s on the line. How old are y'all?
40
I'm
to
like 32,
Oh, okay, so we got people
like
who done lived a
35 and
while.
up. I think the youngest one you got is I think it's Brittany. I think that's the youngest one you got. I mean,
yeah, my analytics say it's 40 to 65 plus.
Oh Lord, we
hmm
can talk. Yeah, all of us done I was trying not to, be so brash and all. We
Uh-uh.
can talk. Everybody done
Oh,
live.
honey, yeah, this crew right here, yeah,
Okay,
they
so
got they get jiggy wiggy over here,
we
honey.
done lived a while, and
Yeah,
just because.
seasoned women over here.
Uh-huh. They
Okay,
get jiggy wiggy over
that
here.
makes me feel better. I just turned 43 last week.
Over
So
here, and they 20s and 30, young 30s over here. Brittany may have not been in when I checked the analytics, but if so, she's probably the youngest one, and she's getting close to 40. She getting there.
Yeah, she's close to it. Yeah.
oh, okay. So these red flags, if they are going to be avoided in the early stages, you don't have no boundaries set up after you done said your I do's. I want to be clear with that because the other person's representative, when they take the mask off, they're gonna assume that it was okay in the early onset. Are y'all with me?
Mm-hmm.
So don't complain about it later because something about you accepted it because you were so in love. And you might have been in love with the ambassador, and you might have been in love with the representative. But when they sent the real person to town, you might not like that person. But
So,
then, go ahead.
okay, I'm sorry. Right there, we should, at some point between meeting him the first time and
Hmm.
before it gets too far in the game, a couple of days or a couple of weeks in, depending on how often y'all are seeing each other, we should start really looking into that person. Is this what I really want? Is he saying and doing the things I want him to do? Does he have the credit score? Can he take care of me? If I have children, can he take care of me and the children? All that need to come into play real soon.
Now, see, Miss V, I was trying to dance around it.
Now,
I don't. I was telling a friend tonight. She got 4 kids. The man should not meet your kids until what you say you have is solid.
no, I say meet them. I say take care of them.
Oh yeah, he got to have a job.
What I was saying is this man that you got your eyes on, that you so glued and you so into, are you seeing that he is going to be able to take care of you in the long haul? Because me, I don't like to waste time. Don't waste my time. If you ain't for me,
Right.
you wrong. So
That's
I need
exactly right.
all this up front in the very beginning, in the start of the game.
Absolutely. And see, with your spiritual discernment, you what you don't want to be, you don't want to be fooled and you don't want to be deceived. Because just because a man may have money and may be gainfully employed, he may start stuttering when the bills hit the mailbox.
Oh no,
You see,
no,
you say, well, honey, we got this due on the 16th, and he's standing up there. He's standing up
can't
there trying to speak in tongues when it's time to write a check. You have to know how a person is
didn't speak.
wired.
I'm laughing at you because you say speak in tongues when he get ready to write the check.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And so a lot of times when we don't know these things, because a lot of times we're not teaching money management to our kids, and then they grow up and go into the big old world. They take that same attitude and behavior into their relationship. You want to know that that person got some financial management skills under their belt. And if they don't, can you two learn from each other? And then can we balance the books? Can we have something together? Who's profiting? Where's the profit coming from? Do you tithe? Do you have your finances together? Are you disciplined? And you say learning, see, these are things that you got to know in the real world. And does your child value you more than you're going to let your spouse value you? Does your spouse children take precedence over the parent and not wanting to see them married to you? You got to ask yourself this stuff. When it comes to relationships, you got to take your head out the clouds and you got to get real with another person.
Mm-hmm.
Because we saying that this is souls involved, we're saying your salvation involved, you saying that this is for a lifetime. Well, we got to put stuff on the table Does this person have insurance? How do we act when it's time to pay insurance policy? Come on. I mean, is it what's in your mind?
Well, see, where I am right now with this whole date and marriage thing, I've had
Hmm.
my opportunities. The last
Okay,
one passed away. I am where I am now is this is good information, but I personally I don't need it because I'm done. Okay.
I almost fell off my love seat. I'm sorry.
Care about whether he got fired. I only worry about me, mine, and I now.
I got
Okay. But for my check, who may be looking for somebody,
I
this is
got
great information for him. I'm learning stuff, but I'll never use it.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. You more so wanting to be in the ministry of singleness.
Have to be
I got
perfectly honest. This
I got
man, me, where another man coming into my life would mess up my whole financial situation. I'm
I
gonna
got
just
you.
be laid on the line like it really is.
Come on. Yeah, let's yeah.
He not go. I would drop back down on my Social Security, and I
Got
can't trust him coming into my life messing up what's good already. Okay,
I got you. I got
I
you.
can't. Uh-uh. We can go to deep. We can go out to eat. We can go to the movie. We can go to the park. But then I'm coming home, and you gone on about your business.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. Now that's
I
what
got
Ms.V does. Okay.
I got you.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you becoming vulnerable so that and that's another thing. In our culture, we don't like to become vulnerable when we learning each other because we have been hurt in other relationships. And then when it's time, you see the early onset of this of what's developing, when you don't want to become vulnerable and show people your scars, that means that you're gonna always be judging that person by what you've been through.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can't come back and say, well, you tried to love me. You might have wasted somebody's time prematurely. That's why I say when God exposes you to the person, you learn the person more by the spirit, and then you get to know them by their reactions. We got to conduct ourselves from that vantage point
Mm-hmm.
because in our culture, we look at superficial things. Girl, do we got a car? What size is it? I mean, we look at superficial things.
I see
Somebody
you.
laugh. I mean, we laughing, but it's real. Just because he can screw you well, can he love you for who you
He say, "What size is it?"
are? No, I'm here now. But what I'm saying is that we have to learn people by spirit.
I
That's the
got.
missing ingredient. We're missing that piece, and we're not teaching the next generation that because you
Okay.
can have all the money you want in that marriage. One person living upstairs and the other person living in the basement. Holler back.
See that I think that's where I am personally. Want to go through all that, trying to figure out if he the imposter, did he send his representative? Who is this person? At my
Right.
age, then I got to worry about if you sickly, if your health is good. I got to worry about my own health. I ain't got time to be worried about nobody else's health.
I got you. But we say in sickness and in health.
Right.
That's what
And
we say at the altar.
let's see, and I ain't finna get up there and say that because
Look, look,
I
look
be
what the better say. The better say. She said, at our age, we too old to be worried about our credit.
Let me see. We want,
The better say, at our age, we too old to be worried about our credit.
but see what I know, and a lot of us we say we over the hill, but what I want us to know is that even now in these seasons of our lives, we still got to learn the better way because we done been fooled, we done been deceived, and we done fooled and deceived some people. But now we know Jesus. Now we know that we have to go into these relationships with spirit, a spirit connection to God.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm gonna tell you, them small foxes, that the Bible's right. Small foxes kill the vine. It spoils your marriage. It takes the love away. It takes the intimacy away. It takes the closeness away. It takes the bonds away. It takes communication away. Those small foxes, the Bible say, they spoil the vine. That is true. You can't get around the Bible. You can put up a whole lot of smoke screens, but if the Bible said it, you got to conduct yourself with the Bible. There is no other way. You know,
Mm.
we say divorce rate in the church is high, yeah, but divorce rate in the world is high too, because they're trying to conduct a Christian institution by worldly principles. That don't work.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Anybody got a question? I done said a whole lot. Y'all
Um,
talk to me.
they're talking, but they're not really asking questions. They're
Mm-hmm.
making statements.
Right.
Uh, let me go back up a minute.
That's the better say if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What she
Ms.
saying?
Brown spoke to everybody that was coming in. Um,
Oh, she ain't saying nothing down there.
got
That's
to
a
have
good.
a job, even if you wanna be with me. Nobo Drama say he got to have a job. He can't come up in there and he ain't got no job.
Correct.
Uh,
Well, that's what the Bible say. The man don't work, he
You
don't
don't
eat.
eat and see.
yeah, I definitely have to catch the replay. Okay, Tashay. No more no romance without finance. Just me rain. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Uh, K Love say, oh no, he's got to go. Don't waste my time.
Don't waste time. Okay.
Um, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Now
Hmm.
here's a question, Miss V.
Okay.
Here, I want some feedback on this
Okay,
because
Chatty, back on this question.
I hear a lot of women, even on my job, even in my church, I hear a lot of women say, "How long should they wait on the man to reveal how he feels about them, or how long should you wait for you to have this assurance that they are the one?"
I ain't gonna wait that long. He gotta go.
How long? How long? I mean, come on, talk back to me. Somebody say, well, I give a man 3 months to reveal his interest. I give a man, I'm going to play hard to get. And that's another thing. The Bible ain't never told you to play hard to get. The Bible say be prepared to be found.
Well, I'll be the first one to respond. When we first on self, when I first met him, actually he met me. He was ready to start actually dating or to get married quickly. I told him no. Number one, I didn't know you. And number two, I got to get to know you just because you were a minister.
Right,
I don't know you.
right.
Now, this nigga was ready to get married. He didn't want to date. He was ready to do it right then and there, but I wasn't ready.
Right.
So, to respond to that question, no, I had to get to know him, and I had Jermaine. His dad had just died. I had just went through a lot, and I wanted to make sure that I had the right man that could fill that hole for Jermaine as a father figure. And seeing at that point, I just couldn't let any and everybody come in. So when we started dating and getting to know each other, Jermaine was at his grandparents over the weekend. And then when we finally felt that that was the time for us to bond, then we met with Jermaine and told him about our relationship. And then we went on from there, dated, and then we got married.
What do they think? Right.
There are no questions. It's basically just opinions of things they would and
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't accept.
Because what you don't want to be is stringed along. You don't let anybody string you along. And that is why you do have to get to know the person with a purpose, because you don't want anybody stringing you along. Because if that's not the one, then the one is still existing, and you can't waste your time with the wrong one because you won't ever meet the right one.
But see, when I was in the dating game, I'm kind of like impatient person. I'm more laid back now than I've ever been in my life. But
Okay.
back then, I was moving faster than a hurry. I don't hear what I want to hear. I ain't got. You're not saying what I want you to
Ain't
say.
that one.
We had a nice date. See you. And now in my older years, I don't care to meet you. So I've gone from one extreme to the other. There was no middle.
I got
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just me Rain saying I think the younger women think like that once you get a certain age, you realize the superficial
you.
not longer. Then what you saying? The the must it must be important. Yeah, it's real small in the on the screen yard. It's right
Okay.
here.
I have one here. Natalie, Miss Texas is her last name, says, I think that when you pray and ask
Oh,
the
right
Lord
here.
to send you someone, you
Yeah,
need to be very specific. Do you?
specific.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's exactly right. Is when you pray, you have to pray systematically. You said you can ask the Lord, say, Lord, I want you to send me a wife, and He can send you a wife, but He can send you one that don't cook, that don't clean, that don't wash, that don't iron, that don't. I mean, you have to be more specific. Lord, send me a wife that is all of these things that I need for me. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh, it
Lord,
makes
send
sense
me a
because
husband.
I prayed over the car before I went out there. When I had to buy a new car last week, I was like, Lord, okay, I didn't go to buy a car, but I'm going
Right.
to be specific in what I want, okay? And I
That's right.
got what I wanted. And it was very easy, no down payment, no nothing, the price I
Right.
wanted, note I wanted, the interest rate I want, everything just went smooth. But I
Yes.
don't think if I hadn't prayed about it and been specific about it, I don't
There
think
you
it
go.
would have been that smooth. I was
There,
in and out of there within 2 hours.
there you go.
Oh, what back here?
There you go.
Mm,
There you go. And
yeah,
so when you pray, pray specific. But now this is the deal. Every your time with God shouldn't be more about getting the mate than it is you thanking the Lord for what He's already done for you, and you praying because you communicate with God because y'all have a relationship with each other. You don't get a mate and then forsake your relationship with the Lord. You don't get a mate and then forsake your relationship with your family. You don't get a mate and then don't show up back in the church. You don't forget the bridges that brought you over. And a
that's
lot of times people get this spouse and they got what they want from the Lord, and then they forget the Lord. And then when things go wrong in that marriage, you have to trace it back. You start building on your relationship with the Lord. That was your foundation. Your spouse don't take the place of God in your life. That's wrong.
it is. Because you put them ahead of God when you do that.
You see, if
Mhm.
God sent you that spouse, see, that's the thing. And that's why I say this stuff is spiritual. We keep making marriage all about the flesh and about our own selfish desires. That stuff is never gonna work.
That's why they don't last because
Right.
they worldly and they're not spiritual.
If you got $1 and I got $5, Ms. V, we supposed to have $6.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
If you got a dime and I got a penny, we got 11 cents.
Right.
And my opinion, don't shoot me down, women. Some women are too independent and they don't want no man over them and they don't want to be submissive to them because they done this stuff so long until they don't need you until they need you. That's not the Lord and that's not the submission that the Bible talks about. The man is the head, but the woman is the neck. You can't operate your head without turning your neck, and you can't turn your neck without you having a head attached to it.
Hmm. You better speak.
So You have to put this stuff in the correct perspective. And the head and the neck is the spine is connected to it, the central nervous system.
That's true.
You can't perform nothing in your body without a head and a neck.
Okay. I was looking to see if anything
That's right.
else was here because I don't want to make it go too long for those who have to watch the replay.
Yeah, I
Even
got
if we do come back at another time, a week or two, whatever, later, days later. Um, Jasmine Rain said, I think the younger women think like that. Once you get a certain age, you realize the superficial is no longer the miss important. Is that important?
Mm-hmm.
Agree with her. As you
yes,
get older, you get wiser and you have greater discernment. So
yes,
things that I might have been looking for when I was getting married at 25 is different at my age now. I
should be.
wouldn't for the same thing. I'm not even then I was looking for a man. I'm perfectly honest. I didn't want no ugly man because I knew I had to have children. Now looks wouldn't be important to me at this point because I ain't gonna have no children. That's
Okay.
just me. Okay. Um, it may take 2 weeks for one and a year for another. Oh, she's talking about the difference in time for looking for when you were talking about how long does it take.
Okay.
Okay, I think she's saying it depends on the man
Yeah.
and the relationship that they have going on.
Yeah,
Uh,
1 year to 2 years. It took us, we dated, I think, was 6 months to 1 year, and then after that, we started planning for the wedding. In less than 2 years, we was married.
and Miss Tammy says it's power in the tongue, and everybody agree with that. It is.
Uh-huh.
It is.
For what you speak out your mouth. Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong. The man might have more potential than he got money. And I think in our culture, I'm talking to because I think most of us is African American. In our culture, we either overlook potential for finances, or we look at finances and overlook the potential.
A
We
lot
doing either one
of
or the other.
race is about money and finances and status. We
Yes,
bad about that in the black race.
Mm-hmm.
in our yes. Now, what I'm saying is, if you are his helpmate and he is your spiritual covering, the help covers the help, and the covering covers the cover. I hope I'm being clear. So while you're helping, you're both are gaining. And it's not about what you didn't have or what you don't have. While you're helping and you're being covered, you're supposed to be gaining ground together.
I agree.
Because you can do more in 5 years than you can do in 1 year. You can do more in 10 years than you can do in 5 years. If you're doing this stuff together.
If you sit down and you communicate about it, this is what I found in my marriage. If you sit down and you communicate with each other and y'all come up with a plan and a goal, a time set to get there, and y'all both working towards the same thing, you're gonna get there.
Yes,
You're gonna get there.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. The vetter says you got some marriages where the woman works at the man, thinks he's supposed to take it and issue out to her what he wants her to have. That's not right. And I agree. It
Oh, I
shouldn't be.
see.
That,
Uh-huh.
No, I can't. I see that kind of stuff sound like slavery.
it sounds like that's your child instead of your wife or your husband.
Right.
You issue children allowances. You don't issue no grown folks no allowances.
See, I think that both should have profit, and I think that should be something left when the transactions are done. But as far as you issuing out, I'm not familiar with that. I haven't read any of that in the Bible, but I do know that both is supposed to have profit.
Mm-hmm.
You supposed to have something in the marriage. She's supposed to have something, and he's supposed to have something. But I do believe if you have the account, right, where both of your names is on, that the bills can come out of, you don't have to cancel your separate accounts. But you do need to have an account where money come out of to pay the bills. I believe in that.
Okay, now Miss Tammy says she's talking to the vet when she's writing this, and she says the vet, if anybody in the marriage like that, they need to run. My opinion, I work and my husband don't even see my check, but we still come together and pay the bills. And I've been in
Mhm.
it's like that where neither one of my husbands knew. They knew about what I was making, but
Right,
they never ever, cause my check went into my own checking account. I had my own checking account. We had a checking account together for the
right.
bills in the house, and he had whatever he had because he was helping his mother and his family. So if it's your money, it's what you want to do with it. Long as these bills get paid in this house and my check is my check. When I get it, I didn't care. I knew
But
what I was supposed to pay. I was supposed to pay the utility bills, my insurance on my car and my car note. He paid the house note and all the rest of the hard bills.
the big stuff.
I had the same
See,
thing.
but see,
Yeah.
here is the deal. Now, you said something powerful, but I want to add something to that, Mr. Vetter. If anything happens, if anything happens, okay, folks, what am I saying? You got this account that the money come out of to pay the bills. Then you got your account, and then the woman got her account. Well, we have that, but last week we got a letter in the mail. We didn't know where the money was going to come from, right? It wasn't in that account, it wasn't in my account, it wasn't in Denise's account. But what I'm saying is, somebody, if you have money and one person got more than another person, you still got to reconvene. Am I making sense?
We never had that problem. If he came up a little short, I came up a little short. We always had a savings. Just go in the
There you
savings, and,
go.
or either I told him, "Don't worry about it. I got it."
There you go.
That's the way
And
it was.
it got everything got paid. But what I'm saying is God sent that money last week. I'm telling you what, you don't let the other person fall down. And
Uh-uh.
if you got that kind of stuff going on in a marriage, that's a red flag that needs to be dealt with.
You're supposed to be together as one,
Because when you're not, that's a huge issue.
right?
The enemy uses that finances, that sex, that value, that attention, that communication. The enemy uses those things as barriers. And if we say we're Christians, we got to take the Bible and put that stuff in our marriage.
Right.
That's the point I'm making. A lot of people got selfish egos going on. Well, what's mine is mine, and what's yours is yours. No,
Uh-uh. That not in a marriage, it ain't. Everything, well, in mine, everything you came in with is mine. Everything I came in with is mine. Everything in here is ours, okay? It's no longer mine and yours, it's ours.
now I do believe, because I done ran businesses and all of those things, and I know how to separate the ministry finance, business transactions, kids, college stuff. You have to use your head in a marriage.
You better.
Because at the end of the day, when it's time for retirement, when it's time for them kids to go off to college, somebody got to have some money.
Been there and done that.
That's all I want to say here now. We can debate about it. I told my wife, when it's time for me to sit down, Travis going to sit down. When you want to sit down, you should have it so you want to sit down. We should help each other sit down.
Correct. Now, when my daughter got ready, we got thrown into a monkey wrench when my daughter got ready to go off to college.
Yes.
We were living here in Texas at the time, but she chose to go to Dillard Xavier, not Deluxe.
Oh, yeah, Xavier. I'm
In
familiar.
she was a biology pre-med major.
Okay.
She did not go to look at the school, nothing. As parents would take their children to college campuses to visit. She didn't want to. She looked at it online. Of course, they're going to show you the best school online. They're going to show you the
Yeah.
best everything. But when she
Yeah.
gets there, she all of a sudden see the raggedy dormitory with the raggedy bathroom, the community bathroom, and all this other stuff. This is the only child, okay? So she's
Okay.
used to having her own of everything. She ain't got to share with nobody. Backstory, she's graduated early. She's only 17 years old. I
Okay.
get a call. I'm gonna try to rush this story. I get a call while I'm out at work saying, I need you to come to the high school. I need to talk to you about her. And I'm like, I know you don't, because if I have to drive 33 miles to that high school, I'm going to jail because I'm going to kick some butt up in there, okay?
I got you. I got you.
No, everything is fine. We just need to talk to you about her grades. What I had done was send her to the College of the Mainland every summer to give her something to do while I was at work. And she took classes over there.
I got
Those
you.
classes counted in high school. So it made her have enough credits in her junior year to go from her junior year, first
Right.
semester, to her last semester, senior year. So she graduated early, a year early. Child support quit at then, okay?
Got
Because it said when she graduated from a secondary school, so we got punished a whole year with child support. So it's
got
all on me now because the daddy is through. He done. He done paid his child support. All right. So she decides to go to Xavier. At that time, it was $10,000 a semester. She has some grants and she has some extra stuff that's helping her, but it's still money coming out of my pocket. So I'm putting out almost $10,000 a semester for her to go there. And this child comes home to Louisiana, where we're from, to my brother's house, crying because she doesn't want to go back because she doesn't like it. And I looked at her and I told her, I said, I'm sorry. You chose the college. You chose not to want to go look at it. I choose to let you go where you wanted to go.
right.
Now, I've been putting out my money out of my pocket, and it's cost me this year 20,000. Okay,
Right.
and you a biology pre-med major. Some of your books are $500 and $600. Okay, so
Yes.
sweetheart, I'm sorry. Welcome to the real world. You're gonna be there until May, and after May, we'll talk about getting you back in Texas schools. So my point was, yes, you better have some money put back
That's what I'm
or
saying.
have some means of getting some money because we had no idea. We thought she was going to graduate in the next year, and we weren't even prepared. She graduated in 99. We thought she was going to graduate in 2000. So
Right.
in 99, that's the year I left my job, walked out on faith, left a 6-digit income. I'm opening up the beauty shop, a brand new business. And then she's taking me through all these changes with her graduating early. And it's like, oh my God, this is too much. I
Yeah.
need a break from all of this. But I just sit down in the office in the house and I just said, okay, this is what I got to do. I got to get out there now and I got to really hustle because I've left my cushion job making my last year there. I think I made 120,000 that year working
Got
at Amoco.
I
And
got
I'm just getting out here now and I'm taking out of my 401k to open up this business and I got to make it work. My head is up against the wall. And when my back is up against the wall, I'm going for it now. I don't have a choice. I paid off that business from my 401k in 1 year and started making money in that shop because I didn't have a choice. And I went to the mall. I was passing out cards. Look here, tell a friend and tell a friend, come get their hair fixed. I ain't care. I ain't have no pride. I got bills to pay now. But
got
all worked out in the end. Looking back, It seemed hard then, but looking back, it was just a matter of communicating with her stepdad, who was my husband then, because the daddy was out the picture once he stopped with the child support.
Right.
And I had to sit down and I had to redo a lot of things. I paid off that house we were in. Because if I got rid of that house note, instead of taking the money out the 401k and sending her to school on the money, get rid of the house note, and you got the money coming in from the house note.
Absolutely.
And then you don't have to take your money out the 401k. It takes some deep thinking sometimes to get through hurdles in life that look like it's no way. But it is a way if you stop and you really put the pencil to the paper.
And that's exactly where we are now. Because we got one, and you tend sometimes tend to do too much for one. And that's just been my experience.
Guilty, guilty. But
You yes.
I'm gonna tell you, don't make the mistakes I made. If he doesn't have a job, he needs to get one so they can learn the value of money, because I gave too much, and you might be in that same thing where you're giving too much. You can't, because they have to learn the
They have
value
to
of
learn.
a dollar. My child never had a job until she graduated from college. Mistake. Okay?
Right. That's a mistake. It is.
Don't do that. I've done that, and I know that was a mistake. So it took her maybe 5 or 6 years out there from the time she graduated to even, she may have been 25, 26 years old before she really knew how to balance a checking account. That's my fault. She never had to do it.
Right.
Everything was handed to her. She had too many people. She's the only girl. She's um a bunch of boys were in the family when she was growing up. She was the only girl in all those grandchildren. Okay. So my mom was spoiling her, my daddy was spoiling her, my brothers were spoiling her, I was spoiling her. Her stepfather was spoiling her. Everybody around her was spoiling her. And it didn't turn out too good for her for a while. But now that she has kids, it's a whole different program.
See.
Whole
So you
different program. She ain't raising them like I raised her. Oh, they have duties. They have this. The things got to be right up in there, okay?
I hear you.
Because of them 5 years of her having to grow up, because she did everything too quick. I probably shouldn't have let her graduate that early and go off to New Orleans, the murder capital of the world, at that
Right.
particular time. And she couldn't go nowhere. The kids her age were going into the clubs and stuff in college. She's 17. She can't go. She can't do nothing. So I'm gonna have to wrap this up because we are at an hour and 32 minutes. And like I said, I don't want to make the video so long that when people
By fast.
watch the replay, they don't want to go all the way through it. But I really, really, really appreciate everybody in the chat staying with us. I hope this has been some valuable information for y'all tonight. Little wisdom, little discernment, little knowledge that we threw out there. Thank you so much, Dr. Hunter, for coming on again, doing part two. Myra, I really appreciate you. Mr. And Paris, my moderators. Even though our chat is beautiful over here, we don't have to be blocking people and all that. Thank you for your comments. Anytime you want to come back on, Mr. Dr. Hunter, just let Myra know, and you're more than welcome.
Thank you, and thank you all for your time and listening.
Okay, you have a great weekend. We love you, and thank you so much.
All right, love y'all more. Y'all have a good weekend as well. Thank you again.
All right, and to
All
my
right.
good night to all of y'all. I will see you in the morning for coffee. Tomorrow is Saturday. Yeah, I'm gonna come on for coffee in the morning. I am. So Tammy says, awesome content, Ms.V. You will be monetized very soon. I mean, I want to be monetized, but I want to also have a message. I want to have content every day. I don't want to just come on here like a lot of other content creators just doing reactions. I don't want to be a reaction channel. I would rather be a channel that things that I've gone through in life that I think are not, I didn't do right. They weren't perfect. I don't have a problem talking about it. I would rather see somebody not go through what I've been through, or if there's knowledge I can spread to help somebody to uh, do anything better in life, because life is a struggle. It's not easy. It's not easy for any of us. And I just want to I just want people to be happy. I want people to enjoy their life, not have the struggles of life, because I don't think God intended for us to be here struggling. So if we're building a community over here today, I like what Sting says: if one wins, we all win. And that's my message to everybody. Um, we're more powerful together than we are separate. So I hope that y'all did enjoy the chat tonight with Dr. Hunter. And thank you so much for staying with me. I'll see y'all in the morning at 10 o'clock for coffee. Have a great night. Much love to you. Bye-bye.